Hey, what's up? I'm gonna be talking about the film She Said, rated R. From 2022, it's a drama that's 2 hours long. 88% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a good review, the consensus being, although She Said struggles to add cinematic flair to its fact-based story, it remains a worthy, well-acted tribute to journalistic integrity. Audience score is 91. So across the board, yeah, this is like a high rated film, and I myself would rate it high. I think it's very well made. Um, the premise is let's see, yada yada yada. Okay, New York Times reporters Megan and Jody, who together broke one of the most important series stories in a generation. Oh, that's the end of the sentence. A story that helped propel the Me Too movement, shattered decades of silence around the subject of sexual assault in Hollywood and altered American culture forever. On a personal level, yes, I think it's great that there's content like this coming out because it would be hard to make a really engaging mainstream film about this subject, like the critics say. What do they say? The film struggles to add cinematic flair to his fact-based story. Yeah, because the story is basically journalists just trying to encourage like women of sexual abuse to come forward and like just let people know like about like what they've gone through, and I guess like it's a little more traumatic. It's obviously it's way more traumatic for women in the film too. The characters, than I think, because obviously I'm a man. I don't really deal with like sexual harassment on like on the basis that a lot of women do. So um like a lot of good American films, yeah, I like films that explore again parts of like American culture I'm not really familiar with. So it does make me a little more insightful about you know uh, sexual abuse, or even in my personal life, like how I have like wrongly treated like women in the past, or even going forward. Because I've kind of been raised like in a sort of a traditional sort of mindset, I think, when it comes to like you know, gender roles and whatnot. And I mean, yeah, it's hard to talk about like talk about in clarity. But this is a really good film just to get like these really good progressive ideas out there, like in terms of exposing trauma that yeah a lot of people are too scared to talk about, and that have real repercussions. About how they feel about themselves, how society feels towards people like them, and like yeah, it's a good show and a good like journalistic show, a journalistic film about about journalism, kind of like that film Spotlight. Um, so I wonder what else there's to say about it. Let's see. Yeah, so it is based on a true story, and yeah, the main culprit, I guess, of the sexual abuse in this film is Harvey Weinstein. So of course, yeah, an expose of Weinstein's history of abuse and sexual misconduct, sorry, against women. Um, yeah, and it's interesting because like even actresses I'm familiar with are name dropped in this film, and and have interesting roles. And how they yeah like include real life actresses who have been like abused by Weinstein, and I like how the film balanced that out, with the characters who are playing the journalists and like the real life, and how they incorporated yeah the real life
Hershey's
victims
cookies and cream is the
um
ultimate combination.
in
Rich,
this
smooth, white,
story.
creamy.
Turn down the volume there on that. Sorry.
Combine cookie bits and
Yeah,
cream
so
for a
She Said is good.
delicious
I mean, if you're
bite.
into journalism, it's good. If you like well-made films, it's good. If you want to like learn more about like yeah like modern like progressive movements in terms of like
Hershey's cookies and cream,
exposing trauma
available
that
in store
a
today.
lot of marginalized like groups of people in the US have not been able to like that haven't been properly addressed, or at least even like brought up to a significant level in the public. Like yeah, this is a good film. I definitely recommend it. All right, well that's all I'll say about that. Until then, take it easy. Peace.